Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Muhammad Shoaib. Welcome back. In today's video tutorial, we will learn what is a DNP3 protocol and how we can configure DNP3 protocol in the WinCC OA SCADA. So let's understand what is a DNP3 protocol. DNP3 is stand for Distributed Network Protocol and 3 for version 3. It's a communication protocol used primarily in electrical utilities and water system for reliable communication between control center, RTUs, PLCs, and DCS. DNP3 protocol was designed for high reliable timestamp data and event driven communication, even over the unreliable communication network. It supports both master and outstation or slave roles. DNP3 efficient transmission using event buffer. So whenever, for example, as I explained, that this protocol can use over the unreliable network. For example, we have the 4G network, and over the 4G network, you are using this DNP3 protocol. And for example, your master SCADA is disconnected with the RTU. In that time, RTU, when it's not able to connect with master SCADA, it will store whatever the data is changing. It will store with internal event buffer. So once again RTU and SCADA communication is established, then it will send all of the store data that is a store in the event buffer. It will send to the master SCADA. This technique also called the backfilling technique also. So uh, that's why it's we can use DNP3 protocol over the unreliable network. And DNP3 using the DNP3 protocol, we can synchronize our RTU time with the master SCADA. DNP3 is a secure network and it's used the secure authentication. And DNP3 protocols can support the serial or the TCP communication also. In this tutorial, we will learn how we can configure the TCP communication. In typical SCADA system, WinCC OA acts as the DNP3 master, communicating with the multiple RTUs or the field devices configured as a DNP3 outstation. Then in this system architecture and in today's tutorial video, we will learn like we have the PLC RTU or DCS that is working as a DNP3 outstation or slave, and then our WinCC OA SCADA act as a DNP master or the client, and I will configure in this tutorial the WinCC OA as a DNP3 master. So let's jump to the configuration side, how we can configure it. So we'll use the same project that we already created in our previous tutorial. We'll start the project. So for the configuration of the DNP3 protocol, the first step is we will configure here in the our console area. We will configure DNP3 driver. as a manager. So here we'll go down. Here we can find the DNP3 driver. Click OK. And after a right click and edit the manager property. And here we must should have to configure the driver number. If you will not configure, this driver's number should be unique as the other. If you did not configure, it will by default -1. It will configure. So you must should have to configure num2. So for here one I'm already using, so I will use the -2. So this is our first step. Then second step, we'll move to in the graphic editor. In the graphic editor, we'll come here in the system management and then driver. And from here, we will select the DNP3 driver. So first, we will create, I will write the name, for example, RTU01, click OK. So here, first, you have to select which type of communication you are going, either serial or TCP. For my case, I'm TCP IP I'm using, so I will just keep it default. And after that, we have to select the host IP address. For example, I will try to ping my DNP3 outstation or server IP address, that is 192.168.209.1. In this case, I already disabled the firewall, Windows firewall. So I'm able to ping my RTU. So I will here put the same IP address of my DNP3's RTU, that is a 209.1. After that, we'll put it here, the DNP3 port, the default DNP3 port is a 20,000. And after that, we have to put here the link address. The link address is 4 in my case. And after that, here unsolicited response. In the DNP3 protocol, we have the different type of classes like class 0, 1, 2, and 3. Class 0 used for the static polling. 1 is for, we will assign for the critical signals. 2 for the rest of the other events and the set point and analog signal. So I will enable all of. Whenever any of the unsolicited message receive, it will get those unsolicited messages. So here we'll activate it, and after that, click here the if you will not click active, this driver will not work or it will not execute it. So that's it here. Just click here over the apply and the OK. Now we'll go to our third step. That will come here in the parameterization. And the previous tutorial we already created the type of a data point instance. So I will use M002, and if you come here and expand this run and right click, insert config, select the periphery address, and then click here over the address, then select the driver type, that is DNP3, then click over the configure. Okay, now here first you have to select the direction, which direction you are going to communicate. For this case, the first I will select input, and I'm going to configure is a binary input address BI, and from here you have to say I will select for example right now the polling, and here I select the polling group, that is a 1 second. Here you can click create, and then you can you must should have to click here to activate this one. I'll click here OK. Okay. I will explain unsolicited just shortly. And after this input, then select the polling, and you first and after that you have to select the driver number. Here you saw I select the driver number 2, so you must should have to put the driver number 2. And then function, I'm not selecting any group, you have to select it. Like in right now I'm configuring this tag as a binary input. So whatever the I'm getting data from the field like run status or any other status, that we will configure in the DNP3 protocol in the binary input, and all command will configure as a binary output. So then we'll select the version, and here we'll select our DNP3 index. For example, here any of the DNP3 address you can put it for the binary input. In my case, I'm putting just one address just for the testing purpose. Okay, and that's it. And then click here over the activate address and click here over the apply. So here is showing that they cannot send data over that our DNP3 driver. I intentionally did it because you must should have to run this driver. If you will not start the driver, you will get such messages. So if you are getting such messages, you have to come here, select the driver and click here to start the driver. So 0 means our DNP3 driver is not running. 2 means the driver is started now. So now if I will click here over the apply, I will not get that message. Click here over the verify, and here you can see right now I'm getting no error. So it's mean uh, is my WinCC OA SCADA is successfully transmitting data over the DNP3 protocol to my RTU, and my RTU is responding. So that's why the here no error result is there. If I is not able to find that particular address or the communication is not healthy, you will not get this validation. So click here over apply. Now even if you will come here in the DNP3 driver, and here you can see the status is now right now it's a connected status. If it's not able to communicate with your RTU, here we will get not connected status. Now I will come back in the parameterization area, and if I will expand my motor to feedback and status, I will click here over the run. Right now I'm simulating value over the DNP3 protocol. So here you can find the simulator value. It's a specific time interval. It's changing the value. So over the DNP3 protocol, the binary input, we are getting the data. So let's configure some analog input address. So we'll come here in the value and then speed, right click, insert config, periphery address, expand it, and then click over the address, select the driver, select the DNP3, click over the config. So first we'll select our communication driver. That is here you can find the 2. So after that we'll select the uh, analog input, and direction we select the input, and from here we'll select the polling right now, and after that we'll select the variation, and we can select here any of the index. For example, I will select binary input address 1. You put it any address whatever you configure in the RTU. So that's it. Click here over the activate message and click apply. Click here over the verify. Again click. So here you can see no error is coming. So it's been successfully able to communicate over the DNP3 protocol. If I will come here in the speed, so here you can see I'm getting the simulated value from my DNP3 outstation or the slave device or servers. So my WinCC OA is successfully getting data here over the DNP3 protocol. Okay, so here you can see it's polling every 1 second. So here is the option like the if you will do the static polling, like in that case, it will take more data, like the our data consumption. If you are using the like the 4G network, so you have to should have to select the unsolicited. Unsolicited mean this option you also enable in the R2 side also. So, so it's a benefit. It will not continuously every time it will send data to master, or master will not poll like the Modbus protocol after specific interval. It will poll data from the RTU. So it's increasing our data consumption. So to minimize your data consumption, you have to enable the unsolicited response. So in this case, whenever any value change in the field, in that time only it will update here in the SCADA, else it will not update. So any value change from field, then it will update in our SCADA. So we can reduce our data consumption. Click here on the apply and OK, and click here over the speed. Now you can see whenever my value is changing in the field, so it will only that time it will update it. It will not update after every second. So let's link our this data with our SCADA graphic. I will open here my overview page, and now I will select this one. This I already configure in my previous tutorial. So here we'll just change the address. For example, M02, configure the DNP3 and the run status and the run, click OK. So once the value is 0, it will show the transparent. Once the value is 1, then it will show the green color. This we already configure in the previous tutorial. If you did not saw the previous tutorial, just watch it. So it's all step we already configured. Now, for example, I will hide this two of the object visible. I will false. So if I will hide it, it will not appear over the SCADA. So here the RPM, click here and delete this. I will assign the new address M0 feedback value speed. Okay, next finish. Okay, so it's automatically save. Here go and just change the screen. So here right now you can see whatever data our data is updating in my RTU, same data is reflecting here. Here you can see right now my pump is stopped, and here right now you can see our analog input data. So Alhamdulillah, we learn in this tutorial video how we can configure DNP3 communication protocol in the WinCC OA. So thanks for watching this video.